Hello and welcome to Conversations that Connect and our blog. Our blog this week is all about why making mistakes is good. Now you may think that's a very strange statement to make, but I still maintain that by making mistakes it's a good thing that we do. And I'd like to share a little story today, and it's around one of my children. My youngest child is called Charlie and he's 3, and he's an absolute live wire, and he loves playing out and he loves playing with his friends. And we have a holiday home in the South Lakes, which is lovely, and it's on a lovely site, and it has 3 or 4 children's play areas. And I'd taken Charlie and one of his little friends last week to play on the wooden play area, and it's a place where you have balancing logs and they climb up things and they learn their balancing and climbing skills. Little blocks of wood they jump across, and it teaches them to balance and how to navigate obstacles. And it was absolutely fascinating to watch the learning process that Charlie went through. And as I was watching how Charlie was learning, it made me consider something. As adults, we often forget that making mistakes is good, and it's something that we should perhaps do more of. Now Charlie, when he goes to these play areas, he never gets fed up of going. He goes to the same one every day. He calls it his little wooden play area, and he wants to go there. And when he first started going there, there's lots of things he couldn't do. He wasn't big enough to climb up things, he kept falling off things. He could only manage about half of them really, and now when he goes, he manages to do about 90%. And what's really interesting is to watch how he learns. And he learns by making mistakes and trying again. But not only that, Charlie actually, when he learns from his making mistakes, he laughs. So he was balancing along one of the little wooden planks and he fell off. And he just laughed and he got up and he carried on. Now, as babies and children, we learn by watching and copying and trying, and it's a cycle we repeat again and again. And as a baby learns to walk, we expect them to fall over, and as adults, we pick them up and we encourage them and we ask them to try again. As adults and parents, when a child falls over, we don't stand there and laugh and mock it and say, oh, how stupid you are, or how ridiculous, you should be walking by now. We encourage our children to try and try again with no negative responses from ourselves. Just as Charlie did when he made a mistake and fell off the plank. He just got up and he laughed. Charlie just laughs at his mistakes and he tries again. So that got me thinking and wondering, at what age is it that we actually lose that ability? The ability to laugh at ourselves and then laugh at our own mistakes and just get up and try again. When is it we decide that actually the right response is, when we do something wrong, is to ridicule ourselves and say, oh, how stupid, you're silly, what do you mean you can't do it? Of course you can, how daft am I? I can't do it anymore, we just give up and not bother again. What would happen if Charlie did that? Or any small child did that? They'd take one go at learning to walk, fall over and give up. They'd just sit on the floor, stamp their feet and say, that's it, it's walking law, it's not for me, I'm not going to do it again. And we'd never learn to walk. In fact, we probably didn't even learn to talk or crawl or do anything if we gave up as babies the first time it went wrong. And what's even more amazing about babies and young children is that they laugh and they find it enjoyable. Charlie laughs when he falls over. If you ever get the opportunity to watch small children at play, just observe how often they get it wrong and their reaction to it. It's absolutely fascinating. So how do you react when you fail at something? How do you react when something goes wrong or a mistake? Is your reaction not to even bother again? Or do you try a couple of times? Maybe 3, 4, 5. What's your limit before you absolutely give up? I'd like to share a little story about Colonel Sanders, the creator and founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now, he was 65 before he started this company, and up to that point he'd been working elsewhere and he'd come to retire and realised his pension wouldn't see him through. So he'd had this recipe for chicken coating and he thought, now's the time to do it, it'll bring in an income. So he then started approaching restaurants that sold chicken and wanted them to try the coating. And he got rejected. And he got rejected 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, 100 times. At what point would you have given up? Would you have given up at 150, 200, 500? Colonel Sanders tried 1,009 times before he was accepted. So 1,009 rejections or failures Would you have lasted that long? Would you like to return to your childlike ability to learn from your mistakes with smiles and laughter? If so, I'd really welcome you to come and visit our blog at michelleatkin.co.uk, where you can also download a free ebook that you will find fascinating. And if you want to engage further in a conversation with us, then pop us an email at hello@michelleatkin.co.uk, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.